All right, TikTok's notifying.
Perfect.
We'll get the chat up. All right, let's see who we get today. All right, we got Blake in, we got Royce in, people climbing in. So we got another day of MLB here. Evan, we're gonna go through the full slate once again, and you know, tell people who we're liking, tell people what props are best today. So first and foremost, 3-team money line parlay plus 450. Red Sox, Reds, Yankees. We got to get this one here today.
Yeah, we really do. And yep, there's Fizzle. He's broke. We need to get him out of the hole here. We've been hurting him.
Broke Fizzle, come on, we got it. We got to get this. All model plays today, so it's juicy, but there's a whole lot of data points going into this one, so
Yep,
we need
absolutely.
that. And then for everyone joining, free play of the day from the VIP, Ryan McMahon, over half a hit on the Rockies, positive EV bet 365, insane value on this play right now.
Yep, no, absolutely. And those bets have been rolling. We're still in the free play from yesterday, still on the open because the Twins game got postponed. But
Yep.
I mean, those bets have been the best thing we've been going with those positive EV plays.
Definitely. What, 14 units made of it last month, around 5 this month as well, and we still got time left to go. So
Yep.
we're loving the positive EV market. Now, let's see, we got people talking about Nerfies, Phillies. So let's get into these games. Pirates at the Reds, first game of the day. We got the Reds in the money line parlay, so we like them to win this game. But talk
Yep.
about Brian Reynolds under 1.5 bases that you've got up here.
Yeah, it's a juicy one, minus 185, but he's under 9 of his last 10. And he's faced Nick Martinez. He's had 8 at bats against him. He has had 2 hits against him, but he's been cold. Under 9 of his last 10, 1.5 bases. That it's juicy for a reason. And
Yep.
maybe you'd want to pair this up with another one, but that's the best metrics wise, numbers wise. That's the best play for prop wise.
Definitely, we've got options to pair it with too. Our
Yep.
next game, Marlins at the Cubs. I don't even want to talk about the Cubs today after that
Fell
meltdown they
apart.
had yesterday. So let's talk about Kyle Stowers over half a base.
Yep. Another juicy one. I mean, you put those two together, you're going to be right around plus money.
Yep.
But yeah, so over half base. He's over in 5 of his last, or no, all 5 of his last 5 and 8 of his last 10. I mean, he's averaging almost 3 bases a game in his last 10 games. He's been getting on base, and I mean, just do it once. That's all you need.
Do it
Cubs
once.
should win
Like,
this game, but
big bounce back spot for them here today. I
right,
have to think. And it could come down to, can their bullpen close out a game? That's what we need. Let's see.
seriously.
We're getting questions on Tigers money line. We'll get to the Tigers game in a sec, guys. If you're on TikTok, start dropping some likes. Let's keep it rolling. We had a great day yesterday on here. Let's do it again today. So we can move on to our next player prop. And this game, Mets at the Red Sox again. Mets minus 135 favorite. We like the Red Sox here to be an upset pick today. I
We
think this is
do.
one of the best plays on the card.
Model loves it. Fizzle hates it. He's got the Mets. He's all about the Mets. We'll
Fizzle,
see.
come
We'll
on.
see how it goes. I mean, they're an underdog, but yeah, the model loves the Red Sox. We're sticking with the Red Sox today. And then for a
Yep.
prop, Francisco Lindor under 1.5 total bases. It's just kind of he's been slumping. He's under in 5 of his last 6, and Walker Bueller. Now we don't know how much we're going to get out of Walker Bueller today with the Red Sox. That's the scariest part.
Yep.
It's his first game back in a while. But when he was out there, he was dealing this whole season. At 5 out of the 6
And
starts he had, they won. I mean, yeah, everything points towards the Red Sox for us.
just need that here today. And let's see, we got a question. Stefan said, used to be in your free Discord years back, was a good community. What happened? So that Discord is closed. We have a new Discord, though. Check the top of my profile, free to join as well. We're building it back up. I got inactive for, about a year and a half, and then we restarted it all. So bigger and better coming. So make sure you join that one here. And we got some exciting things, too. And actually, with the CompetiBot, we're going to start a community ladder challenge as well. So everybody gets funded $5 to start. So we're trying to do, $5 to 5,000, 10 days. So all of you guys, if you join the Discord, you get a free $5 to get going with that, which I don't know who else is going to give that out besides us right now. Our next game, Braves at the Nationals. Spencer Strider takes the mound once again today, but we're talking about another pitcher with Mitchell Parker under 15.5 outs. Does this mean that you're seeing a Braves offensive showing today?
Yeah, but I don't love it. The Braves have done everything. This whole year's been a roller coaster,
Yep.
mostly down. But no, under 15.5 outs, it's pick 'em. It's minus 110. He's under in his last 4 starts. And then his last start was against the Braves. He went 4 2/3, so he went under this line. Gave up 4 runs in those 4 innings and 3 walks, I believe. So, if it's that same kind of performance, then he's out of there and look at a Braves win.
Completely agree on that one. I could see it happening too. Strider on the mound, I got to think the bats want to get going for him, give
They
him
need
some
to.
extra support, a little bit more motivation in that. Up next, Rays at the Astros. Rays are slight favorites at home, and they lost at home in this matchup yesterday. Now you've got Zach Littell over 3.5 Ks on this mark.
Yep, minus 126 is a little juicy, but not bad. Analytics have it at 6.3 strikeouts. He's only gone over once in his last 5 starts. It's still a tread lightly kind of situation. I don't totally love it, but out of all the options in this one, that's the play.
And then we got T-Dog asking moneyline parlay, Red Sox, Reds, Yankees, plus 450 today is what we're riding. And then we have a question about Tariq Skubal over 6.5 Ks. We'll get to him in a little bit as we move down this list. Let's talk about the Yankees and the Rangers. They're in our moneyline parlay. We like the Yankees to pick up a win here today. And then you got Will Warren under 15.5 total outs here as well.
Yeah, and I was actually this one was interesting because he's only gone over this line once in his 9 starts. And he's been fairly well under it. Yeah, analytics have it at 13.6 total outs today. I mean, just sticking with the numbers, that's the play. I don't mind a lot of offense in this game either.
Yeah.
So hopefully jump on him early.
Let's see. We got a question. Yankees minus 1.5. Is that a number you like?
If you want to straight bet it, sure. I don't mind it.
Ben asked, what's the pick today? Red Sox, Reds, and Yankees is your 3-team money line parlay. That's going to be the one we're sweating out. Moving on from Rangers and Yankees, Blue Jays at Padres. A good matchup here. Chris Bassett over 4.5 Ks. It's Bassett versus Dylan Cease. I'm excited for this matchup. Blue Jays are the underdogs. You see some swings and misses here, though.
Yes, well, kind of. So he's averaging over 6 strikeouts a start. But so 7 out of 9 starts, he's gone over this line.
Okay.
Now, the scary thing is this is the lowest number it's been all season, and it's because the Padres don't strike out. They're number 1 in the league of putting, contact. So it does make it a little scary, but it's a low number for him especially. He's been dealing. I don't mind it. Tread lightly, though.
Let's see. Dom in the comments has Yankees over 4.5 runs today. I know we will definitely be cheering that on because that should help the money line part. Let's see. We got Padres money line. Would you take them to win this? Dylan Cease, I mean, he can pitch great. He can pitch awful. I haven't been able to trust Dylan Cease as much these past couple years.
Right. No, you're totally dead on. He's had a couple starts this year where he looked like the best pitcher in baseball. And then another one where he can't get out of the second inning. So you never know what you're going to get out of him. But I think a low-scoring game, I think this is going to be a nice little pitcher's duel today.
I think so, too. I'm not expecting any fireworks coming from this one. Orioles at the Brewers. Gunnar Henderson under 1.5 total bases. One of your favorite props of the day today here.
Yep, he's under in 4 of his last 5, 7 of his last 10. The Orioles lineup has just been a disaster almost. They put up 4 runs yesterday, but it's just been ugly, and he hasn't had the year that people thought he was going to have.
No, and I mean, even if he gets a hit, there's probably 75% chance that's a single if he does get on base today. So yeah, don't mind that at all there.
Nope.
And I mean, Orioles still trying to. I keep thinking that this streak is going to end, and it just keeps on getting extended right now.
Right.
Next up, we got the White Sox at the Mariners. Luis Robert over half a hit. White Sox didn't really perform yesterday like I thought they would. Could be a little bit better here today, and Luis Robert might be one of the guys leading the way.
Right. He's got 4 hits in his last 2 games. He's over 60% of the games all season. I mean, the White Sox kind of pop off sometimes, and he's usually the reason for that. So.
And then Tim asked, so Red Sox, Reds, and then Yankees is that third team, Tim. Tigers and Mariners. Money line pick in this, I do think it's probably Mariners getting the
But
road win today. Are
the
you?
White Sox game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They kind of shut them down yesterday. The White Sox, we kind of thought the White Sox had a chance yesterday. They shut them
Hmm.
down. I don't know. I mean, we've don't mind staying away from a lot of these White Sox games. It
Completely
seems like
agree.
easy wins. It really, you keep thinking it's easy wins.
Yep.
I don't know. They come and bite you sometimes, but no, I don't mind the Mariners. You got to kind of go with the Mariners. They're the best road team in baseball,
Yeah, which is still kind of shocking to me this year.
right?
Just not a team that you would have expected in that
Right.
category. Cardinals, Tigers, Jordan Walker over half a base. I like that prop a lot. He's got good hit metrics, and the Cardinals are one of the hottest teams in all of
Yeah.
baseball, which I just would not have expected to happen this year.
Right. For like over a month now, they've been unbelievable. But so Scooble is on the mound. That makes us scary. But
Hmm.
Jordan Walker is better against lefties and righties. And yeah, over in 4 of his last 5 games, he's catching a hot bat. I mean, the Cardinals are really hot. A lot of people love Tigers money line today because Scooble's on the mound. I don't know. I mean, the Cardinals are doing everything right.
Yep. I mean, he's 4-2 on the year, so losses have happened, and
Right.
just because he's on the mound doesn't mean it's an automatic win for them. That's definitely a game money line wise. I would not
Yeah.
be too interested in touching here today. So next up, we've got Phillies and the Rockies. Phillies a heavy favorite in this game, and you got JT Realmuto under 1.5 total bases.
Yep. He's under an 8 of his last 10. I know it's Coors Field. We had Alec Baum yesterday that he went over. So, I mean, Coors Field's the scariest part about this. Like, if this was
Yep.
a normal play, if this was a normal field, this would be minus 170 probably.
Oh yeah, easy.
But I don't mind this play at all.
And there's, I mean, I think the Phillies win, but there's other guys who can contribute to that too. So it
Yep.
doesn't mean that, there's not
Right.
a directly correlated line there, which I think would
Yep.
probably be the worry in this situation. We did get asked about Scooble over 6.5 Ks to quickly go back to that Tigers game. With how well the Cardinals are hitting, I don't know if I love an over strikeout line for Scooble today.
Yeah, 6.5. His line is usually 7.5, so they already did drop it to 6.5. Yeah, I don't know. Anything against the Cardinals right now is looking tough.
Yeah, so I would stay away from that. There's going to be other Scooble opportunities for you to take him in an over
Right.
strikeout situation, and I don't know if it needs to be forced here today. Giants at the Royals. Giants kind of cost us a bit yesterday. Mike Yastrzemski,
Yastrzemski. Yep.
Yastrzemski, under 1.5 total bases here, minus 180.
Yeah, he hasn't hit this number in his last 20 games. He's struggling. So
Jeez.
9 out of 10. His last 5. I think it's 85% of his last 20 games he's been under. It's 180. It's minus 180 for a reason.
Yep.
Don't mind it at all.
No, I don't mind that, and that's a good parlay leg, for you
Yep.
guys as well. Luzardo over 17.5 outs. I mean, he's pitched really well. I could see it happening. Let me go back to some of his recent starts, though.
Right. Well, and at the Rocky, that's another thing about Coors
Yep.
Field, though. They can pop off, but we went against a lot of the 17.5 outs guys yesterday, and a bunch of them got six full. So
Yeah, which is pretty shocking.
it was usually that's not a bad underplay. But no, Luzardo has been good.
He
It's
has
just the
been.
Coors Field aspect does kind of mess with it.
Yeah, and he had 7 innings in his last start, but then was 5.1 in back-to-back starts. So it's, anything can happen with those. The outs props are pretty difficult a lot of times, and this is one. If Coors Field, like you said, they could grab a couple early, and all of a sudden that pitch count is inflated, and you don't
Right.
go 6 full innings. So not one I'd say I love either. What about strikeouts for Luzardo? Kevin, do you have his strikeout number for us? And then we got asked about Cubs money line. We do like the Cubs.
Yeah.
They should be a bounce back, candidate
Right.
here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
2 more games, 2 LA teams, one at home, one on the road. Athletics home to the Angels. First off, who do you like winning this game? I was kind of shocked that the Angels got that win last night, staying hot after beating the Dodgers.
I kind of like the A's. I like the
I
A's
kind
here.
of do too. I think
And Hogland, no, I like the A's. And the pitcher, we got him over 4.5 Ks, Gunnar Hogland, minus 136. He's only had 3 starts this season. He's over in 2 of them. The Angels strike out. The only team that strikes out more than the Angels are the Rockies. So
Yeah.
4.5 is not a terrible number to get to as long as we can keep him in the game for a while.
No, and I think that he'll be able to pitch a decent amount today. Coming off a 5K strikeout game against a Dodgers lineup that's a whole lot better than the Angels lineup that swings
Right.
and misses a lot less. So I think that's a good spot today. Could be in for a good one. Okay, Luzardo, 5.5 strikeouts. Without a ton of research on that, I don't hate that against the Rockies lineup, but
Nope. And like I just said with the Angels, they were 29th in the league in strikeouts, and the only team worse is the Rockies.
yeah.
So, and
So
Luzardo has been dealing. So,
that's
yeah,
not a
I don't
bad
mind that.
play.
If under 5.5 is not a bad number.
And then finally, we got the Dodgers at the Dodgers home to the Diamondbacks. Jared Perdomo over half a hit in this game.
Yeah, he's been red hot. He's had a hit in his last 7 games, 9 out of his last 10. He's been red hot. In that lineup, they're offense in these games. What was yesterday? End up being 9-5 or something like that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's a ton of runs every time these two teams match up. Don't mind the over at all. Yamamoto's going, but I just find they always find ways to get on base and score.
They find ways to get on base, and he's not going to pitch 9 innings either. So another bullpen that I'm scared as soon as he exits that game. What could end up happening. We got a question: KC Giants under 8 total runs. This was a low scoring one yesterday.
Yep, that was an easy one yesterday.
Is that going to happen again today here?
I don't mind it. I don't love it as much. Like yesterday was probably the underplay in that series.
Yep.
Don't mind it though. That's still a pretty high number for these teams offensively. Haven't shown anything insane.
I agree. Spencer Strider over 5.5 strikeouts. Let's pull up his numbers real quick. So in his only pitched 5 innings, had 5 Ks in that game, and then.
But how long ago was that?
So let's get the date of that start was April 16th. So, he's going on over a month since his last pitching. So I just don't know how much he's going to get today.
That's exactly what I was going to. Yeah, you don't know how long they're going to keep him out there. And 5.5 is a pretty big number. You're going to need, you got to think he won at least 5 innings for that. I mean, you don't know. They might be cautious with him.
And even, if he goes 5 full, that's over a strike. 1 inning's got to have 2 strikeouts.
Right. Right.
That's a lot to ask in your first one, first time back. We got asked, what are 2 locks today? So Sammy, Red Sox, Reds, Yankees, 3-team money line parlay. Free play of the day, Ryan McMahon over half a hit. And then if you guys can, always hop on X for these because we share the screen. But Francisco Lindor under 1.5 total bases, Gunnar Henderson under 1.5 total bases, and Gunnar Hoglund over 4.5 strikeouts. 3 of our favorite props of the day here.
And you'll get a good number on those. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a good number with all those pretty much.
Yep. And guys, if you miss it, just join the Discord. Ask the questions in here too. After lives, we're always in there. Kevin, so these are really, we just go over these on the lives, but we can start getting these up in the Discord as well. So those will always be posted there for you guys. And if you miss something, just ask us in there too. We'll get back to you. Let's see, NHL and NBA we're getting asked about. So let's start with the NBA. Actually, I can pull up some betting splits, on action as well.
Yep.
Take a look. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tonight. 7.5 point spread at OKC. Money line does have, predictable big split on the underdog here today. Are you buying that, or are you liking the Thunder?
I think 7.5 is too many points.
I agree.
I mean, now when the Thunder, when everything's clicking, they just beat the hell out of teams. They really do. But I don't know. I think Minnesota matches up pretty well. I think Minnesota can win this series.
I think they can as well. I think the Thunder get through, but I don't know. I'm definitely not confident, in it at all. This can really go either way.
I think after tonight, this is going to be the biggest spread of the whole series. Like, I think this is going to be tight, and then they're not going to touch a spread this high again the rest of the series, in my opinion. So now's your chance to jump on that plus 7.5, I think.
Yeah, much more, line that we'll see moving forward. Even it could be less, especially if tonight's an upset. We might start seeing, 2.5 point spreads for the rest of this
totally.
Thing. Let's see. Oh, is McMahon out today? Hopefully not.
He wasn't earlier.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. How much is your Discord and what, Discord's completely free to join, and then we have our VIP group as well that all the links are in there. Last month was 16 units of profit, and that was our first month of positive EV betting, which is kind of really what we've leaned into now.
Yep.
Do we like Lindor for 2 total bases? I would say no, because we have him under.
We like the under.
Yep, under. What is it? 1.5?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was total bases right there. So we would take the under on that. J Visuals. And under 27.5 points. I would probably lean the under there. I got to think OKC, a good defensive team, is going to try to take the ball, make him more of a playmaker than a scorer here tonight. So my gut, without looking at data on that, would be under 27.5.
Right. Well, and that's the question. Who's going to be able to take over for Minnesota if they do shut him down?
Yep. And we did see Julius Randle have a very good, playoff so far. So he might be that type of guy that is going to need to step up again if they're going to send a lot of doubles over to Ant. And I think Lou Dort will probably be his primary ball defender, great on ball, guard defender there. So that'll be an interesting one. And then we did get asked about the NHL as well. So let's take a quick look. Yeah, betting split going to the road team. Once again here, home teams have, still for the most part been very reliable in the playoffs. I wouldn't say there's anything here that, that stands out too much to me.
No, nothing I totally love. First game of the series. We don't know much about him yet. And yeah, nothing I love.
All right, let's see. Anyone else? Dodgers today. I don't love them. They should win, but it's such a juiced line. I don't even think it's worth it in a parlay.
Right. And how many games? Well, yeah, we're at 4 in a row now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're obviously going to bounce back. They're still going to win 100 games this year, but when they're cold, they're cold. They've gone on a couple stretches of being real cold.
Yeah. Let's see. Kevin said Discord link's expired. DM me and I'll send a new one. We'll get that link updated in the bio. Any plays we love. We went through a lot. The top plays of the day, though: Red Sox, Reds, Yankees, 3-team money line parlay. Yep, Dodgers on a 4-game losing streak. It really could turn into 5 because the Diamondbacks that's been a tough divisional opponent. Even before the Diamondbacks got really good. The Dodgers, them and the Padres, just always seem to have their number.
Right.
All right, let's see. Final questions before we hop off of this, guys. More will be posted in the Discord. Again, we're starting another community ladder challenge. You guys get $5 free. You can place your ladder bets right from the Discord as well with the new bot on there. So definitely join that. Gunner 5 strikeouts. That would be a yes. One of our
4.5.
Yep, over 4.5.
Yeah, we have the over 4.5
props. If you guys have questions too, just ask them in the Discord after the live ends. But I think that's it for today, unless there's last minute questions coming in. We need this 3-teamer today. Bad.
Plus 450. This would be a nice one to hit after a real cold stretch, and then we can get hot and keep it rolling.
Definitely would be. And also, if you guys have more suggestions on what you want us to talk about on these live streams, just throw them in the Discord or shoot us a DM, and we'll make sure to cover all the these live streams are for you guys. Any player props we love. Definitely ask in the Discord. Oh, for NBA, nothing really that we looked at in NBA today.
No.
What's the parlay we mentioned? It is the Reds, the Yankees, and the Red Sox.
Just 3 teams.
It's gutsy, but it's and the model loves it too. So we got a lot of metrics on it.
Absolutely.
All right, with that, I think we call it a day. And winning day yesterday, slight winning day yesterday, but still positive. And then, root for the Twins to not score. We had under 4.5 as our free play yesterday. That game resumes here soon. So hopefully, we just let's get that game over with. Starting in the 4th inning, let's have that, outs.
We can cash 2 free plays today.
Yeah, that would be we need that for you guys. Free plays have been crushing it for people too. So we got it up on the screen right now. Hopefully he plays tonight.
Yeah, still. I didn't see anything about a scratch. I'll check it out after this though.
But if not, free plays are still crushing it. We'll have more for you guys coming out as well.
Yep. All right, let's win some.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.